Hey guys, Chris here, also known as Warchild V1 on my channel. I just got a new GoPro. Hello guys, I don't know if you're even picking me up in this mirror, but it's me. I just got a new GoPro and I look like a retard because it's mounted to my head, but we're gonna just see how this goes. This is really just a test video, mainly for myself, but I may actually upload it. We'll see. Basically, I'm in my car and I'm kind of embarrassed because my car's filthy right now. It's covered in dust. It looks horrible. Sorry. And the outside is actually really filthy as well. But I'm going to do a quick walk around. I'm doing most of the talking inside because it may be windy outside. We're about to go find out. I just figured it's my first GoPro video and I'll just do a vlog, cut it down and see what it's like. I'm going to show you my new car. I just got it a couple months ago. It is a Subaru Impreza WRX Premium. I love it. This is a 2016 model. I used to drive a 2006 WRX and I loved it so much that I wanted a new one because it has more power and more tools and more toys and just everything about it, and a 6-speed instead of a 5, just everything about it. So I'm going to do a quick walk around. It may be too windy to talk. We'll see. So it is completely filthy right now, I'm telling you. So I apologize. But this is a 2016 Subaru WRX. Nothing too fancy, has enough power to have some fun. They now come with 18-inch alloy wheels that are just beautiful in gunmetal gray, especially on this white car. I blacked out all the chrome, like say right here. I blacked out the chrome. This was a chrome piece, blacked it out and did white inlay so you can actually see WRX. This right here wasn't here, that vinyl. I stuck it there because it makes the vents just look a little better. They pop a little better. I really wish I would have washed the car before I did this, but we're gonna do it anyways. The front of my car is actually covered in blood and guts from bugs. I just went out of town and lots of bugs. I did replace all of my emblems with a black and white emblem instead of blue and silver to match the black and white car. But yeah, basically this is my car. It's filthy as hell right now. You know, a white car looking this, it's filthy. That's all there is to it. I did plasti dip all of my emblems on the back. These were also chrome and I turned them black, as well as that was chrome. Turned it black, got my backup cam, and this was chrome and blue, so I turned it black and white to match the black and white car. All right. By the way, I am loving this car. That's me in the window, if you could see me with the retarded camera on my head. All right. Oh, I love the little silhouette right there of a Subaru. It's just beautiful. My bloodborne background on my phone, that's beautiful too. Let's turn down the AC so it's not so loud. All right, inside the car, we have all the normal stuff right here in the middle. Tachometer, gas gauge, temp, mile per gallon meter, which I think is kind of cool. I'm running with my boost gauge on right now over in the center display. That's my turbo boost. This thing has a 2-liter boxer engine with a twin scroll turbo. It's stock. It is bone stock. Please.
Brutal. The giants brought themselves to the point of extinction.
They did. They did. The giants did. I listen to audiobooks when I drive. This is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Every time I get in the car, it just automatically starts playing. But yeah, I just figured I would drive and talk and see what it looks like with this point of view. I love having a backup camera. My God, there's no one around, so I'm actually just in some church parking lot. I just got off work. It is the day before Christmas Eve, and I just bought myself this camera with some Christmas money, and then the head mount and everything. I don't even really know where I am, actually. I'm gonna tell this to take me home. I'm not that worried if you guys see my house or anything. I think now that I have this GoPro, we're gonna be doing a little more. Take me home, start. But I'm not gonna take the route that you want me to take. So my GPS is gonna be getting pissed off pretty bad. It wants me to take this highway that always has ridiculous amounts of traffic, and that doesn't sound that good to me. And we're clear. I don't plan on doing any crazy driving for this video. I'm not trying to drive all illegally. I'm just gonna drive normal and stuff. Let's see, what road is this? I don't even know what road that is. I've never heard of it. It says Camelot Road. Yeah, my phone's about to get really pissed off, or my GPS, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, as I said, this is a 2016 WRX. I got the 6-speed transmission. I keep saying that. I'm used to the 5-speed. My last car had a 5-speed in it, and having that extra gear is actually a lot of fun. And I hope the video doesn't come up too bouncy. We're gonna see how this is. I have never done this kind of a vlog before, and I'm sure people are looking at me like I'm an idiot. But I don't really care. I think I'm gonna turn right up here. So I've done a few things cosmetically to the car, and that's about it. I do not plan on lowering it. No suspension, none of that. This thing has nice stiff suspension, and I've been told if you lower it, it doesn't handle the same. If you like the way it handles, don't lower it. No turn on red. What kind of light is this? I was about to say, why aren't you turning? It's because you can't turn on a red. This light is freaking weird. Here's the road I was looking for. This is it. All right. So this is just how I drive, and I still usually average a good mile per gallon, fortunately. My last car, 2006 model WRX, I was averaging about 18 to 20 miles per gallon, but I did have a turboback exhaust system. Nope, catback exhaust system. Not much. I mean, I hardly did anything to that car. I love the way they drive stock. I just don't feel that they need a ton more power or anything. I don't even know what city I'm in. There's a cemetery. All right. I know where I am. I used to live not real far from here. There's a rich part of town off to the left over here. Doesn't look like it because we're not close to it, but there's a rich part of town over there that I used to live in. I lived in an apartment in the rich side of town, so it was a really nice apartment. That's all I have to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. There's a QT. If you guys don't have a QT in your state, you need one. It's the best freaking gas station in the world. Every QT that you go into is laid out exactly the same as the last QT. So you know where your drinks are that you like to get. You know where your candy, or what, I don't really buy candy often. You know where your chips are and your food. And they actually do hot food. They have a little setup where you can go in there and buy like a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich, or a spicy barbecue sandwich, or I mean, you could buy hot pretzels, the big soft pretzels. You could buy just about anything in that gas station, and they're all around town down here in Fort Worth. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, by the way. Gas price $2.21 for premium. I don't know if that's good. I know that's what I usually buy though. That's all you can put in this car. They rate this car at 91 octane. They say that they recommend that you don't go lower than 91. I guess that's because in California that's the highest octane you can get. Here in Texas we get 93 octane. It doesn't make a difference. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. I got this thing on my head and I'm driving, that's all I know. And I got bright lights. That's a cop. There are a lot of cops out today. So I don't know what made me decide to do the head mount. I guess so you can see my perspective. This is what I do every day. I go from house to house to house fixing computers. I'm a computer repair nerd. And then on the side I play a ton of video games. So there's a taqueria. Oh my god, I love tacos. But I've been there and their tacos kind of aren't too great. All right. Green light, green light. I swear I catch every red light there is. I'm really good at catching red lights. That's just the thing to do around here, is get stuck at red lights. I love the sound of this turbo. You always hear the turbo driving around in this car. I have no clue if the camera's gonna pick it up or not. This is actually my first time to ever use this camera. My GPS is like, turn right, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna turn left. Look at that, we got us a Honda with a fart pipe. It goes everywhere it goes. Wow, 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 wow. Sorry. So you guys need to let me know if you want me to make more of these little vlogs. It's more of just, I guess you would call it a day in the life of Chris. Just got off work, fixing to head home. It's actually early, it's only 1:33. I actually did a lot of work in the office today, helping him with a lot of stuff, and then I went out and fixed one computer. Technically two computers, one house. So I got off super early, but it is, you know, the day before Christmas Eve. This is the 23rd of December. I so want to go around this dude, but I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna play nice. I'm recording. I don't need to do anything stupid. I don't need to look like an illegal driver, because I don't drive illegal very often. There's a Subaru crossover right over there. Alright, move, get out the way. And we're on the highway. The bumpy, bumpy highway. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how loud this road noise is and the wind noise. I'm sure it's pretty loud. This car does not do too well at blocking wind noise. I don't think that's what it's all about, being quiet. But really, you know, the engine, the exhaust that comes stock, I personally think it's quite quiet for what it is. Especially after driving my 06, I had the exhaust on there and it was kind of rumbly and made a lot of noise. But my daughter and wife both claim that they think that this car is just as loud as that was, which I don't believe them, not at all. But they say, you know, when I start my car and idle in the morning, I always let it warm up before I go anywhere. I baby this car. When I let it idle in the morning, they claim that it's just as loud in the house as it used to be. Look, the GPS finally gave up and decided, all right, fine, we'll take your route. I need to slow down, I think. I would so hate to get pulled over and have this camera on my head like an idiot. I don't always keep this set on the boost gauge. I just put it on there for now. God. Cruising in 6th gear, if you hit the gas a little bit, you can just watch that boost build up. It's the gauge right there. Here, check it out. It just starts building and building and building. Got up to 16 pounds of boost and I was going like half throttle. Like, what the hell? This turbo loves to spool up. That's one thing I love about it. My old car, you had to be over 3,000 RPMs if you wanted good turbo boost. This thing will spool up at 2,000 if you want it to, which is awesome. That's awesome sauce. Check my blind spot and God, I feel like I look so retarded. I'm a mining man with a mining helmet. Yep. I hope I do some editing and cut some of my stupidness out. So, sorry I have not been uploading much lately. I do apologize. I've been out of town for the last 3 weekends. So, therefore, I haven't been able to run any live streams. I haven't been able to record any videos. Haven't been able to do jack. But go out of town and then go home and then work and then go out of town and then go home and then work. But in the meantime, I bought me a new PS3 so I can finally play some of my old school games that I miss, like Demon Souls and Dark Souls on a console, stuff like that. So I do plan on doing some more streaming again, tonight and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next. I'm off for 4 days in a row this week and I'm off for 4 days in a row next week. So I'm going to try to make up for some of this lost time of being out of town. I hate not having content to upload. But you know what? If I had this GoPro, maybe I would have been able to make you some damn videos, right? Oh, this is a bump. I just saw that car do it, and this car is stiff suspension, and I went off my seat. That happens. Oh wow, speed limit 70, we can go. That happens in this car. The suspension is so stiff that some of these bumps I literally go up off my seat. The car will stay on the ground, but my butt flies in the air. And I'm not skinny, I'm fat. I guess I'm fat. I know I'm not skinny. Get in my belly. No, I'm about 6'1" and I weigh 220. So I'm a little bigger than I used to be. When I was a mechanic, I was about 190, which was probably about optimal weight for my size and stature. Got these big old thick wrists and big old thick ankles. I literally have big bones, but that ain't why I'm fat. I'm just fat. And I'm happy with it. It's my happy weight. This must all be holiday traffic. I took this highway because there's not normally as many people driving. I mean, yeah, I'm in Fort Worth, so there's gonna be traffic. And there's probably a lot of people in town or people going out of town for the holidays. Come on, stay to the left, stay to the left, stay to the left. Well, The semi stayed to the left. Got 16 PSI on hitting the gas while just leaving it in 6th gear. That's nuts. It says that I peak at 22.5, but I think you have to be in like this perfect driving condition for that to happen. It happens quite often, but never when I'm looking at it. Because I'll reset my peak PSI that's on the display over there, and whenever I reset it, within a day of driving, it'll tell me it peaked out at 22 PSI again, which is a lot of freaking... I shouldn't be playing with this stuff. I can put the clock up in my current gas mileage. Right now, my average is 27.3 miles per gallon. It's pretty awesome for a sports car. I have about 200 miles left on my tank, and I'm sitting at a half tank. It says lately my gas mileage is shit because it's down in the yellow on the bar graph. Right now it's showing me what all my tires are doing, and it'll tell you when you have used traction control and stuff of that sort. That's what this screen is. It'll tell you in the last how many seconds, how much you use traction control or any of that stuff. And this is the screen I usually keep it on just because it has more info for me. This screen, you can customize the screen to have whatever you want in it. So I have my turbo boost there on the left. It shows a digital PSI number as well as a little bar that goes around. It has my oil temperature, which is, it averages around 200 to 210, but I think on a hotter day it goes up a little higher. Bump! Got a Corvette in front of me. Vroom vroom Corvette. Hey, Subaru dealer! Shout out! That's not where I got my car though. I actually went out of town to get it, and they gave me a deal, I'll tell you. Yeah, the car that I am driving, I went to them saying, hey, I show on your website that you have a base model WRX for, oh God, I don't remember the price. I think $26,000. And that's the one I wanted, was the $26,000 cheapest one. And they said, well, actually on our lot right now, we do not have that base model. They said, we sold it, but we have a bunch of premiums. I was like, oh, joy. So I went and started looking. It's like they're all around $32,000. It's like, okay, well, let me test drive one. I drove it and I was just thinking, oh my God, this clutch is so much nicer than my old car. It's so much smoother with the turbo boost. Like, you can bump it's just smooth. You have a full mid-range boost as well as high-range boost. The old car mainly only had high-range boost, so it just felt like it accelerated a lot better, especially with this new transmission. Just everything about it just felt better when I test drove it. And it was a blue one, and I told them, well, I'm thinking about either blue or white, but I don't see a white one on your lot. Do you have a white one? And they said, well, yes, we have one white one. It is inside the showroom if you want to see it. I definitely want to see it. I went in there and saw this car and just fell in love. Whenever I saw it, I said, that's the one I want. Yep, I want it. And they ended up, I kind of bluffed them on what I wanted my payments to be, and they almost got it down to my bluff. I couldn't believe it. They lowered the price down so much that the bluff on my payments that I said, well, it's got to be under this amount. I told them under $400 a month with only $3,000 down, and that was just a bluff, and they just about met that. So here I am in my car. I now have 59,000 miles. It had 8 miles on it when I bought it. 8. I've never been in a car with only 8. My last one I bought it new and it had 100. It was the one that everyone test drove. This one had 8 miles sitting in the dealership, so it was covered from weather, and now look at it, it looks like shit. It's so filthy. I haven't washed it since I got back from West Texas, which was about a 5-hour drive, and I got bugs all over my windshield, bugs all over the front, and looks like we're finally getting some decent weather around here. So I'm probably gonna wash my car here today or tomorrow. And then I may make you a more proper video. But yeah, I just figured you guys could take this ride with me home. I make this drive, well, I would say I make this drive every day. I'm on this highway just about every day because this highway leads to my house. But I go all over Dallas, Fort Worth. So I do a lot of driving. I've had this car for a little bit under 2 months, and here I am with almost 6,000 miles on it. I do average about 100 to 200 miles a day driving. Oh, I love my heated seats. I've woke up every day lately with my neck and back hurting. It just happens. I have scoliosis. I'm crooked. I hurt a lot of the time. I go to the chiropractor. I go to a spine specialist. But I've woke up every day lately hurting. And this thing has heated seats. And oh, it's so great. I mean, it's 78 degrees outside and I'm sitting there using heated seats. It's because it feels good on my back. And I believe if you get the leather seated models, you can get, this is a lake called Lake Worth Lake. It looks pretty green and frothy right now, pretty nasty. I wouldn't go swimming in that. With a 12-foot pole. They have alligator gar out there. I used to live right by that lake. I actually grew up by that lake. Used to go fishing there all the time. Yeah, I grew up right over here and then moved to another town called Arlington, lived there for years, moved back up here, moved back down there. Then I moved all over town after I met my wife. This is like our 4th or 5th place to live, but it's our first house. We've never had a house until a few years ago. We've always lived in apartments or duplexes, and I learned early on, if you live in an apartment, it's so much easier if you live on the top floor. You don't have to hear everybody walking. We lived in one where a guy lived above us, and I could tell you what room of the house he was in at all times. So after we moved out of that, we moved into the really nice ones back where I was just at a while back. And in the really nice ones, we were the top floor. And actually, when we decided that we were going to move out, the people under us were upset that we were moving because we were such quiet people. That's because I just sit there and play video games. That's all. I don't even stand up now. Not really. But yeah, we were quiet people, and they were kind of upset that we were moving because they really liked us being above them. So we try to be reasonable people, you know. And let's see, that expensive apartment was really nice. It was about an 1,800 square foot 2-bedroom apartment. I think that's about the size. No. It was like 1,300 square foot. But still, it's a 2-bedroom apartment. The door was downstairs, but as soon as you walk in the door, you go up a whole flight of stairs, and then you're in our apartment. And it was almost like 2 apartments in one. You could shut this one door and then you have a whole apartment on the other side. So my daughter basically had her own apartment. And they had a TV built in above the refrigerator that just comes with the place. And if you put it on a certain channel, it watches the front gate. So you would know who's coming in and out if you're one of those nosy people. I never used it, but you know, if you're waiting on someone to show up, you could see that they pulled up and then press a button and they're in. It'll open the gate for you. It was a nice apartment. There were a lot of cool amenities, if that's the word. But I'll tell you what, we moved from there to live in a duplex next door to my best friend. I met him in automotive school. We both learned about cars together. He learned, well, I guess I would say I learned more than him, but that's because he went in there already having knowledge about cars. I went in there and I didn't know jack about cars. But I did graduate top of my class 4.0, director's honor roll, all the way through every class. I know cars quite well now. And that was years ago. My God, I've been fixing computers for 10 years, so that was years ago. Because I went from that to, I was an automotive technician for a Chevrolet dealership down here in town. And I actually really enjoyed it. I loved that job. I loved all the guys I worked with. It was just a great job all around. But I was offered this job for more money, get weekends off. One of his selling points was you will have air conditioning most of the time. He would call me and bug me. Hey, why don't you come work for me? I'm like, I enjoy what I do, thank you. There's air conditioning. I'm like, yeah, I don't mind sweating. I got water, and you know, I'll pay you this much a month. Oh, really? Okay, well, you almost sold me there. That's a lot of money, thank you. And then, I don't know, he just kept throwing stuff at me until eventually he talked me into it. And here I am 10 years later, still doing the same thing, fixing computers like a computer nerd, but that's all right. I don't mind the job. There's a lot of leisure to it, I guess you would say. I don't know the right word. You can, you know, if I need to take off, all I have to do is tell him. I try not to do it too often, but if there's, you know, any days I want off, I tell him. He doesn't give me a hard time. He just says, okay. Lately, I've had a lot of those from going out of town and stuff, but we're almost done with all that after these holidays are over. Then I think I'll ask off for 2 other dates that I can think of, besides when I'm going out of town again. I need to take off the release date of Dark Souls 3 and the day after. That's for a fact. And I need to take off No Man's Sky and the day after. Other than that, I can't think of any other dates that I'm going to need off besides whenever I'm going to the beach next year. Oh, yeah, that is next year. Yeah, we're still in December. I'm going to the beach next year, and I think I'm taking off a Thursday, Friday for that. Oh, and here comes the traffic. I see brakes. I hate brakes. I'm over here by where my friend works. The guy I was talking about that used to live next door to in the duplex, my best friend from car school. He is still an automotive technician. In fact, he is the lead tech at his Christian Brothers Automotive that he works at. I don't know if those are all over the US or if they're just down here, but they're called Christian Brothers, and they're all around Dallas, Fort Worth. But yeah, he's a lead tech there. If I exit right here, I can make it there. But I don't wanna. There'll be too much traffic over there. I need to shave. That's something I need to do. I haven't shaved in, what is today, Wednesday? I haven't shaved since Sunday. I got facial hair growing. I need to cut it off. I'm looking too old. People quit IDing me. I went and bought some alcohol yesterday and they didn't even ask me for my ID. Like, really? Really? Come on, I'm only 33. I probably look it too. Oh, this curve up here is a lot of fun. Sucks that they're all hitting their brakes because they're making me nervous. There's a concrete wall to your left, but this curve can be a lot of fun if there's no one around you. But unfortunately, there's people all around me. Under all the construction bridges and more construction up here. They're doing construction like crazy over here. I'm over by my house at this point. Plus is, if someone runs into me right now, I got proof. Oh. I did buy a suction cup camera that I can mount right over there somewhere in the windshield and point it this way. You guys gotta let me know if you want this point of view cam, or if you would rather a suction cup or a mixture of both. I would have to pull over to move the camera from one to the other, but I could definitely record for a couple days and then piece together a video for you guys if you would like. If you'd like more of these vlogs, you got to let me know. Oh, here comes my home. I'm almost home. I'm so excited. And my wife's calling me. I'll be back. All right. My wife just called. I think she's sick. I'm gonna go and get her some medicine. So we're gonna make a trip to the Wally World. Wally World being Walmart. Ooh, look, we gotta catch the light. We'll make it. A little bit of heel toe there. I try to do rev matching. I'm still fairly new to this car, so I'm not the best at rev matching, and I don't feel like explaining it if you don't know what it is. So I hate these people. See these people? They're riding in the middle in the double striped lines because they want to get to the front of the line. Anytime you're at that light heading the opposite way that I'm going, people think that because there's a line to get in the left turn lane that they should just go around everybody and get in the front of the line. Is that bullshit or what? I really find it to be bullshit. Everyone does that. They always try to get around everybody, and they usually succeed. If they try to get around me, I force them to get on the expressway, because the toll road, because they don't need to be doing that. Got a pretty Camaro SS over here. It's pretty. And here's another Camaro. Sounded good. See if this SS sounds good. He didn't want to make any sound. That's alright. His exhaust kind of hung down in the back. That's too bad. And green light. I swear, I almost always catch all red lights. That's just my luck. And go! Red team go! Red team go! Now, I would love to get exhaust for this car. The only problem is, anytime you get any performance parts for a newer Subaru WRX or STI, then you have to go get it tuned. And it's really kind of a pain. So, like, say I wanted to buy an aftermarket intake and exhaust. It's actually not going to be any faster. In fact, there's a chance it would be slower because it's not tuned for that intake and exhaust. In which case, you would have to go buy, well, not buy, you'd have to go pay for someone to put it up on a four-wheel drive dyno and an all-wheel drive dyno, whatever. Not quite the same thing, but it's all-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive. I learned that in car school. You have to pay for someone to put it on an all-wheel drive dyno and actually tune the car like it's supposed to be, and then it'll be faster. But that's the one big pain in the ass thing with these. The computer's just that picky. Hey, I'm getting 30.4 miles per gallon right now. Look at that. Get a car with 268 horsepower stock, and you get 30 miles per gallon. And the funny thing is, it's 268 horsepower at the engine, not at the wheels. Probably around 240 at the wheels or so. I don't know exactly. The funny thing is, this thing can stay up with or beat a lot of cars that have more power. I'm not saying it's a ridiculously fast car or anything, but I have raced 400 horsepower, you know, Pontiac GTO, the 6-liter, and stayed side by side. That was with my old car with a lot less power. This car, I bet you I could pull away a little bit. they couldn't pull away from me with that old car. In fact, I knew the guy, and he couldn't get away, and he had 400 horsepower. I had 227 at the time. There's the Dodge Charger that has 450 horsepower Hemi. They weigh too much, I guess, because I pull away from them like they're just sitting there. It's ridiculous. This thing can stay up with or pass a lot of cars that have more power. In fact, I ran into a higher model of this car. My house is that way. Ran into a higher model of this car, the STI, and the guy wanted to race me with his STI. I stayed side by side with a freaking STI in my WRX. Now, the new version of the WRX, the one I'm driving in the year model before, only has like 35 horse less than the STI. But the fact is, he had me roll down my window, and we were just kind of cruising on this road right here, and I rolled down my window and we were talking, and he was naming off stuff he's done to the car, and he asked me if I've done anything. I said, no, it's stock, I haven't done anything yet. And he said, well, he didn't say anything. We got to a red light and we were both at the front of the line. So the light changed and we both gunned it. He could not pull away from me. We were side by side, first gear, second gear, part of third, and I realized I need to let off the gas. So there's something up with these new WRXs. They're freaking sweet, in my opinion. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I've replaced my my daytime running lights with some LED bulbs, and I put them in what's called the C lights, and they're beautiful. I ran a whole new wiring harness for that, so it's not running the other bulbs, it's only running the C lights. I replaced my turn signal harness for the rear turn signals, so my rear brake lights are actually my turn signals now. They're LEDs shaped like a C instead of a orange flashy light. I'll have to show you that once my car's all clean. I'll show it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm the first person to do it. I paid for a freaking wiring harness and installed it. That's about it. Like I said, I do not plan on lowering the car. Don't plan on doing much to it. I'm actually quite happy with what it is. I would like a shorter shifter, like shorter in height and maybe short throw. I found a shifter that I want. Problem is, it's $180 just to buy the shifter, which isn't that big of a deal. The biggest deal is the fact that it's like a 2 or 3 hour install. It is a big deal to replace the shifter in this car. Wally World! All right, I'm gonna go get my wife some medicine, man. She's sick. Go buy her some stim packs and shit. Yep. I love that I don't have to break my neck to back up. Just watch the camera. I don't know what that looks like on this camera, but I love it. All right, I'll see you guys here in a minute. All right, well, just got done at Walmart, got some Alka-Seltzer severe cold and flu and a 99-cent cheapo injury drink. Let's get out. So I'm not too worried about driving home with you guys watching. Not like anybody watches my shit. No. I do plan on making a review of this car here sometime soon, but the car's got to be clean. I really don't want to do a car review in my dirty ass WRX. It's got to be a clean ass WRX. All the way home, which is not very far. I guess I can get over behind this Lancer. Well, what do you know? Like I said, I get caught at every red light, and this is one of those red lights. I think we'll stop on this side of the tracks. We got a train track that goes through here right by my house. Sometimes you can hear it from the house. There's a gigantic church right there. I think it's called the Harvest Church, something like that. It is huge. We got the American flag. That's American. McDonald's keeping people fat since 1968. I don't really know what the date was when they started, but you got the gist of it. And green light. Not with my luck. And you really don't want to drive too stupid around here. I can actually see a police station from here. I live like right by the police station and the fire department, so I guess that's good. That's good in case of a home break-in or something of that sort. You got someone nice and close. I'd rather have them handle it than take matters into my own hands if I can. Unless I'm already home and someone breaks in, shit. I am almost always armed. But that's Texas for you. I'm not here to brag about carrying guns. It just happens. Alright, this is my neighborhood. These are my peeps. I don't know one person here. Mostly around me is a bunch of old people. And that's just fine. I do not mind living next to a bunch of old people. That's my house right there. That's it. That's it. Don't know what that car's doing, but I need to go get in my driveway, and you were driving super slow. All right, home sweet home with the tall ass privacy fence. I guess this will be about it for this video. You just drove with me all the way home from many cities away. But yeah, this is my house. So, 14.8 miles per gallon going from Walmart to home. That's because it wasn't a far drive. But yeah, this is where I live. I like it. I like it a lot. And I really like my car. And we'll see, but so far I like my new GoPro. I've yet to actually make a video at all. I literally just got the memory card. But yeah, home sweet home. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want more of the day in the life, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.